Is the evil genius the baddie or the coder? Fly Spy is a 1987 game from Mastertronic, coded by Richard Aplin, just 15 years of age when he submitted this to Mastertronic, his first computer game. You will probably know Richard as the inventor and coder of Invader Load on the Commodore 64, but he started his career on the CPC. There was a long and complicated plot written by Richard himself about a professor whose Amstrad has just blown up, and it's a platform game where you fly a helicopter around. I will explain it as we go through. This was the second budget game I ever purchased. The packaging grabbed me, and yet I say it's the second game I ever purchased. It's not the second game I ever played because it wouldn't load for me, and I ended up swapping it out for Molecule Man.
Welcome to Fly Spy.
Sampled speech at the start, which apparently Richard got the routines for that from an Amstrad magazine he'd read. So if you're wondering if something's going wrong, no, that's your helicopter forming. And there we go. You have shield and fuel at the top, and you have some commands such as use, pick up, and so on that you can activate with the shift key and space. So there's pick up there. We've picked up the fuel can. We can use that later to refuel. There's text on the screen to help you. There's a key. Let's pick that up. It's a teleport key. At the moment, we have no laser, and you have to find your way through the levels. Your helicopter flies kind of like a real helicopter. Oh, you have to activate lots of levers around the level, but the levers will activate things so you can get past them. But you see a collective control on the right hand side there, and the helicopter flies differently depending on how much weight you've got. So sometimes you need to apply a lot of upwards on the collective in order to be able to fly when you're carrying heavy stuff. There's a second teleport key, which you have to use shift to pick up, and then space to cycle through your inventory. Bits with arrows indicate sections that are one way. So I've got a station code for Station A, which is where we are. You'll need the station codes to use the teleport facilities. These change every single game. So no point writing them down, or for future use, write them down. But yeah, there's a blocked entrance there, but I can't get through it. So I'm going to need something to get through there. Don't touch those because they shoot you and drain your energy. Upwards we go. The text on the screen does help you. Don't waste the laser. Oh, I'm losing energy there. Where am I going to get the laser? Do I need to teleport on here? Well, we had a code. So let's see where that takes us. You can't use the keyboard to enter the code in. By the way, when I reviewed Killer Cobra for the CPC, I said Richard had coded that. And everyone believed that, but apparently not. He did some of the duplication work and protection work on it, apparently. And that's why his name is in the code. Right, that didn't work. So that's the teleport key to get back to where I am. There's also an option for suicide. If you get stuck somewhere, you can commit suicide. Help will do two different things. It can help swap out objects for things you need, and does something else that I can't quite remember. Right, that's the laser, of which I've got a shot indicator beneath my live top right, which says I've got one shot with it. So, and it does say there, don't waste the laser. We've got one shot. So I assume we need to get through that wall. So don't shoot anything else. Handling has changed because I've got 3 objects. Right. Shoot here. There we go. Now, the manual mentions there are points where you can save state your game. Or restart points, and that's one of them. What's this? So I can fly through there. Right, that looks quite severe. What's that? There, can I go through there? Oh. I've died. I've died. I'm going to have to start again. Well, no, I've lost a life. So I've gone back to the restart point. And you'll notice the CPC's hardware scrolling is used, the push scroll. Has to blank out the status display when it does that. And everything kind of doesn't pause. It's just a rather blocky scroll. It's not an awful lot of use for many games. It works here very well, but most games don't use it for the obvious reasons. Oh no, right, shoot through there. That object on the ground there, you can use it to swap things. Oh, I've gone through a one-way thing. That's probably bad. The code for station C is question mark, question mark, question mark. Ah. Right, so I'm now stuck. There's oxygen. Is that stuff I need up there? That's oxygen. Do I need that? Right, so we've got the oxygen, and now we're entering that code in for Teleport A, which is the one we had at the start. Richard got 10 pence per tape sold and sold 40,000. And now we've got to do a Centipede game. Every time you use Teleport, you've got to do 2 rounds of Centipede. And Richard did this because he wanted to do a Centipede game. Simple as that. And it's not the easiest Centipede game in the world. It gets a bit frantic. Imagine having this as an invader load on the CPC. Right, so now I've got to do it again. It's 2 rounds of Centipede every time you need to use the teleport. Uh-oh. And note the split mode on the CPC screen here, although we're all in mode 1 at the moment. So we've got a raster effect at the top. But during the game, the top screen always remains mode 1, but the main display is mode 0. See, there you go. So I've gone back to Teleport Station A. Which is why the screen needs to blank every time it scrolls. Like Striker in the Crypts of Trojan. I can see why people also think Richard wrote Killer Cobra, because some of these backgrounds look very similar to Killer Cobra as well, and the helicopter. But no, he didn't. So, retrace our steps. Activate the oxygen. Use the oxygen. Right, now we can go underwater. And the timer's counting down there beneath my lives. Right, so now I need to pick up the bomb. We want to use the bomb. And we set the timer. 32 seconds. And we need to drop it because the timer starts the second you have it, regardless if you're holding it or not, so you will blow up. Oh no, I forgot to select the oxygen again. I've died. Oh dear. Right, I'm back at the restart point, but the bomb should go off in 18 seconds. Yeah, so it's all set, so get the hell out of there and no, don't go back down there. Get out of the way. And then wait for the bomb to go off. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice effect. And there we go. We don't need that oxygen unless we want to renew our tank. So I don't think we need to. I can pick it up anyway. Don't try and fly around with the bomb. If you can possibly help it, it's one of the heaviest objects in the game. I've now got 2 oxygens. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, whoa, down. My handling's changed completely. Look how slowly I rise. It's a nice touch. Does it have the gravity change? Not the gravity, but the load change. Right. There, we've got a code. MLCADI down there. Can I stop the air for something else? I thought I could. Can I not? I thought that pad there was supposed to help me Oh, I'm losing a lot of it. Oh, no. Right, let's go down here. So we've got the code for this teleport now. The font isn't that clear at times. MLCADI. But as I say, that changes every game, so no point memorising it or using my code because it won't work. We've got one telekey left, so let's use that. This is a bit annoying every time. I wish you could just enter it via the keyboard. I mean, it's not like you're not using the keyboard already with the shift control and space control to use the, to select things. Back to Centipede. This can get frustrating. At some points I've got really bad deals with how the random mushrooms appear and found that I get, oh yeah, come on. I thought I got that one there. One left, come on. You can use the green, there we go. Right. And back we go. This is a pretty decent Centipede game. I can't think of many good ones on the CPC. There's a budget one by one of the small software houses. I can't remember the name of it. Millipede? Oh no, I know. Oh no, I went into a green mushroom. So you go back, you lose a life, and you have to do it all again. 2 rounds of Centipede. I mean, this looks fantastic in the CPC's Mode 1. Especially with the split raster, so you've got some different colours up the top. This is what you can do when you've got a programmer who knows how to use the computer. Richard later went on to code Shinobi, Double Dragon and Double Dragon 2, and was involved in the absolutely terrible New York Warriors. I don't know what he did on that, but it wasn't any good on any of the systems, was it? So if Richard sold £4,000 worth of, or got £4,000 worth of royalties in 1987, I reckon that's about 11 grand in today's money. This is a good time to actually multiface the game as well as a save state. So I've arrived on the next level. Incidentally, if you try and use the multiface on the original game, the uncracked version, the game won't load. It warned you of that. Any expansion ROMs other than disk drives, the game won't load. Right, so we've got a one-way thing there. Right. Let's use the oxygen. Don't want to drop the oxygen. Don't want to drop it. Pick up the oxygen. Now use it. Shortcuts for this would be so handy. Joystick control, yes, but also perhaps U to just use P to pick up and so on. Zayafee did a fantastic interview with Richard a couple of years ago. Check that out on his YouTube channel. I'll try and stick a link in the description. Right, so we've got a telekey there, which we're going to need to get off the level. Alright, what's through here? F9, F9, F9. Was it F5, FS? There's a bomb. Why do I need a bomb? How do I pick it up? How do I pick it up? Alright, I've got it. I've got the bomb. Where do I need to drop the bomb? Here? Can't drop it there. That'd be the logical place. I cannot get, my collective's at maximum. I cannot take off with this load, and I don't want to drop anything. I need everything. Do I drop the bomb here? Right, so I look at a playthrough online, and apparently you need to commit suicide at that point, thus losing a life, and you end up at your respawn point with the bomb. So you need to lose a life to progress. This game is devious. Right, I don't think I need the air anymore. Right, so I think I've got the code now. Is it PBEWQY? I think that's what I needed to do. It's a very small level by the looks of it. So we're off for more Centipede. As much as I love this implementation of Centipede, it gets boring pretty quickly. Apparently, you'll notice we're on the CPC only with this review. There is only a CPC version. Apparently, Mastertronic did start developing a C64 version. It didn't go well and was never released. I'm getting bored of Centipede now. So 40,000 copies sold on CPC isn't bad at all. More Centipede. Oh, perhaps if it wasn't 2 rounds every single time you use the teleport. I mean, it does add interest, but yeah, it's just a bit much. Oh, right. Am I going to get him? I need to get him. I need to keep out of the way. Yay, did it. Oh, it may just help if you have a bomb. Okay, we're entirely underwater. Oh, hang on, I've got the oxygen. Oh, no! Oh, no, 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 no. No, I can't. I've spent 3 nights playing Fly Spy. I wonder if I can pick up the oxygen this time and do it again. I think I've seen enough. Fly Spy is a rather devious game by a brilliant coder. It's a shame it didn't ever get ported to the Spectrum and C64, although it pushes the Amstrad hardware very nicely indeed with those split-screen rasters and the push scrolling. Colourful graphics, nice sound, a really nice between-level game of Centipede, even if it does get tedious fairly quickly. But this is all just £1.99, and a game that took Richard 6 months to develop. And incidentally, he did the lot on a tape-based 464, so every time the game crashed, he had to load the code back in from cassette, and if it didn't work, he had to go back to a previous version. If Fly Spy epitomises anything, it's the glory days of the bedroom coder, where a 15-year-old could just spend 6 months putting his all into a game like this. Of course, as we get into the era of development teams and people working professionally, people couldn't put as much effort into their games, and therefore in many ways games like Fly Spy represent the peak of budget gaming. The game does require a lot of effort to play, there is a lot of death and having to go back and repeat yourself, but there is something pretty special here, even if it is rock hard and from a slightly warped mind. $1.99, I reckon this is an underrated classic, even if it is absolutely rock hard.